Welcome to Yoma, Perek Bet Mishnah Gimel, third Mishnah in the second chapter of Yoma. So now that we've decided that the way they're going to, the Kohanim are going to decide who gets to do what in the Beit Hamikdash is through the pious system. So we learned that the first pious, the first lottery, the first 1 potato, 2 potato with the fingers that they did, was for the Trumat Hadeshin. We continue. HaPayis HaSheni, what's the second for? Mishochet. We're just going to go through the list of all the avodot that were done on a daily basis. Who does the shchita? Mizorek. Who takes the blood and spills it on the mizbeach? The essence of the avodah is rika. That's the main part of the avodah of the korban. Spilling the blood on the wall, on the mizbeach. Umimidashen mizbeach panimi. Who cleans out the inside mizbeach? The mizbeach panimi. Let's go back to our chart. Mizbeach panimi. You go in the heichal. Mizbeach hazahav. This was an altar that they had inside, a very small altar. Somebody had to clean it out. Mi medashen et menorah, who cleaned out the menorah from the last day and set it up for the new day. Mi ma'aleh evarim lakeves, and who would bring the evarim, the limbs of the Korban Tamid, up to the rim? Because remember, we actually learned this in the end of the last Masechta. We learned that they would bring the evarim before they would bring the avodah. They would bring the evarim and they would leave them on the bottom half of the keves over here, and then they would go and say Kriyat Shema, and then they would come back. And we learned in the Shkalim, the very end of Shkalim. So what were the evarim? Harosh, the haregel, the head, and then the regel is the left hind leg. Ushtei hayadayim, the 2 front legs. Ha'oketz, the tail of the haregel, and then the right leg, the right hind leg. The regel is the back leg. Hechazeh, ha'geira, the chazeh is the chest. The geira is where it's ma'aleh geira, where it brings up its cud, so it's the neck. Shtei hadafanot, the 2 backs. Hakiravayim, and that's the guts. The guts were brought in this big bowl. Okay? The hasolet, the fine flour. The chavitin. Chavitin is the minchat chavitin, the offering of the Kohen Gadol. The yayin and the wine. They would, each person, it was considered an avodah, a big zechut, to bring these parts of the animal from after the shechita. The Kohanim would then divide up. They would split up the animal, they would chop it up, and then each one would have the zechut of bringing it. The Bartanura notes, according to the Bartanura, he says, even though it says shochet umizorek, shechita is ksheira bizar. Let me see if I can find it for you. Okay, the shchita is mutar bizar. Anyone can do it. Okay, the zorek who is mekabel, it catches the blood. So even though the shchita is kodemet, comes first, nonetheless, shchita is ksheira bizar. Shchita anybody can do. So therefore, mikabla ve'elach mitzvah kuna. Anyone who catches the blood, that's only for the kohanim. The fikach, therefore, zacha harishon shigilu apais bezrika. The guy who got landed on, the guy who won, he didn't get shchita because then he lost. Because I want the zrika. So therefore, the Bartanura says, even though shchita is listed here first, where are we? Mi shochet, mi zorek, even though it's listed first, nonetheless, shchita was given to the second guy, and then there's zrika. Okay? Shlosha asa kohanim zachubo. 13 kohanim won the lottery. And what that means is the first guy, okay, let's look at the Bartanura for a second. When the lottery came out, shlosha asa avodot, kafi haseder hakatuv b'mishnah. What they would do is, okay, where the first one got the first one, the second one got the second one, meaning it's landed on you, say you're 1, 2, 3, 4 on the line, and that's how they would decide who got to do what. So this is the order according to the Tanakama. Amar ben Azai lifnei Rabbi Akiva mishum Rabbi Yeshua. Ben Azai said, no, derech hilucho hayakarev. It wasn't first the rosh, then the regel, back foot, but rather, the way the animal walked, that was the direction in which the animal was offered. So he would say, okay, one second, derech hilucho. Ben Azai says, rosh regel. I don't know why he said regel. Chazeh, then the chest, v'ageira, and the neck, shtei yadayim, the front. I don't know why rosh and regel go together. But nonetheless, he says, ein halacha ki ben Azai. We don't paskin like Ben Azai. So that's the order. And remember, all we're talking about is taking the stuff from the Beit HaShchita, from over here where they would prepare it. Then they would do this, catch the blood, do this zrika. They would do this zrika, the person who caught the blood, and they would bring it over here to the kevesh in order to do the offering itself, in order to leave it there, and then other people would bring it up to the mizbeach itself. Stop here and dedicate our learning to the memory of my father, Rav Simcha Yitzchak Kalman. Have a good day.